How's it going, everyone? Simon here from CD Revival, and today I'm going to do the next part of my CD collection. And today I'm doing Black Sabbath, and I'm going to rank the albums, but I'm going to kind of rank them a bit differently because there's the Ozzy era, there's the Dio era, and there's a couple of oddities, and obviously there's the Tony Martin era. Excuse me. The Tony Martin era I don't have any of the CDs from. Not that I don't like those albums particularly, but just they're really hard to get hold of, and they're like really expensive. I've done a couple of bids and stuff on eBay, and they go for too high, and it's like I'm not that fond of them. Hopefully one day, well, I'm sure they will, they'll fall into my lap for a reasonable price. But until that day comes, I ain't got them, so I'm not going to rank those. So, and also the Seventh Star from 1986 with Glenn Hughes, I haven't got that, and I've not even really heard that one, so I'm not going to rank that either. But you've got Eternal Idol from 87, which is a half decent album. Headless Cross from 89, which I think is the best of the Tony Martins, that's a really good one. Tear from 1990, which is okay once again, nothing super amazing. Cross Purposes from 94, I've not heard that one at all. And Forbidden from 95, and I've not heard that one at all, although the reputation it has is not fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank the Ozzy albums, I'm going to rank the Dio albums, which is going to be fairly obvious, but I think for me the original Ozzy era Black Sabbath is Black Sabbath. Not that I prefer that even to the Dio, but I think that they became a different band when Dio joined. It's more like Dio really, with Tony Iommi, etc. But both of those eras are excellent. But first of all, I'm going to go with the Ozzy era. And my number 9, did 9 albums with Ozzy in total. Number 9 is 1978's Never Say Die. Pretty terrible album, really. The last one, obviously, before they kind of fell apart, and yeah, it's not fantastic, not good at all, really. Never Say Die, the title track, is okay. Well, it's a good track. Johnny Blade's alright. I think Swinging the Chain, I think Bill Ward does the vocals on that one, I could be wrong. But yeah, all in all, you can give this a miss. I got it for the sake of kind of completionism. Once again, it's not the cheapest album to get nowadays, but I got it for a reasonable price. But yeah, 1978's Never Say Die, very much bottom, 9th place for me. Number 8, I've got the previous album to that, which is 1976's Technical Ecstasy. Yeah, quite a big drop off from the previous album on this one as well. It is better than Never Say Die, but it's still not fantastic. Backstreet Kids, You Won't Change Me, it's alright. She's Gone, I think, is a good track, but it's yeah, once again, it's not a great album at all. Cover kind of iconic, but what is going on? But yeah, once again, unless you're a completist for Black Sabbath, you could kind of give this one a miss. You're not really going to be missing out on too much if you don't have this album. So number 8, that was Technical Ecstasy from 1976. Number 7, I've gone for the last and most recent, obviously, Sabbath album, 13, which is where they reunited with Ozzy after God knows how long. It's got the nice Vertigo CD there, and yeah, it's a bit of a slog, really, this one. That's like 2013 this came out, which it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was. It's not a bad album. It's very doomy. Songs are all very long. End of the Beginning is okay. Yeah, sludgy start. God Is Dead's not a bad track, but possibly goes on a bit too long. Yeah. Kind of had high hopes for this one. Don't know why, but I like Ozzy, obviously, like Sabbath, like the Ozzy era of Sabbath, but Rubin got involved in this one as well. Rick Rubin did the production, and yeah, it's it's not awful, but it's you know, it's not going to set your world on fire either. It's a little bit of a disappointment, that one. So that's 13 from 2013 at number 7. Number 6, all of these albums now are cracking albums, is Sabotage from 1975, with the iconic, incredibly dodgy clothes on there. Back cover's the reverse. Apparently Ozzy's wearing Sharon's dress, not Sharon's dress, his wife's dress at the time. Bill Ward's wearing a fetching pair of ballet tights. There's the full-size back cover there as well on the CD. Yeah, lots to like about this album. Hole in the Sky is a cracking opener, really, really good, heavy. You've got Symptom of the Universe on there as well, which is one of their best tracks. Megalomania is good. Radio Am I Going Insane, Superstar is kind of cool. The Rip is good. A lot of good tracks on this one, pretty heavy. Definitely the last decent album they did during the Ozzy era. So yeah, don't sleep on this album. Really, really good. Really heavy, kind of different in a way on some bits. But yeah, good album. That's Sabotage from 75, coming at number 6. Number 5, I've got Volume 4 from 1972. Iconic cover once again. That's the inside. This is not the remastered one, this is the Castle Communications version. A lot of good tracks on here. Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, which I'm not overly keen on. It's quite a famous one, but it's not their best, I don't think. Supernaut is amazing. Iconic riff, like Dehumanizer at its best. Snowblind, really, really good track. So yeah, a lot to like on this one. Apparently they yeah, snorted half a Peru up their nose in this during the recording of this album. There's a few good stories in Ozzy's biography regarding that. But yeah, solid album. Black Sabbath Volume 4 from 72. This is where it starts to get a bit tricky. But number 4, I've got their debut album from 1970. A solid debut, recorded in like, I don't know, a day or something. Maybe 2, who knows, but yeah, not a lot, long time, and for not a lot of money. But yeah, iconic, classic album. Title track, Black Sabbath, obviously is you know, an all-time classic. You got The Wizard, which I still really love to this day. I think it's a great track with its harmonica motif going through it, really good. NIB is a classic one. Evil Woman, probably one of the weaker tracks on there. I think that's a cover anyway. And you got Sleeping Village and The Warning. Yeah, but yeah, it's you know, brilliant cover, creepy as all hell. You know, superb album. So that's Black Sabbath from 1970 at my number 4 in the Ozzy era. Next at number 3, I've got Master of Reality from 1971. A lot of people's favourite, you know, for good reason as well. It's the remaster, it's got the slipcase with that. Lyrics on the back like it was originally on the vinyl. There's the inside there. Yeah, very good album. I say all of these are hard to put into order because they're all like pretty strong by this point. You've got Sweet Leaf, you've got Children of the Grave, Lord of this World, Into the Void as well, After Forever. So they're all bangers, you know, all a really good like really good song selection. Really heavy fuzzed guitar sound from Iommi. So yeah, definitely a really good album. Not much to complain about on this one at all. So that's, yeah, 1971's Master of Reality at number 3. Number 2, I've got Sabbath Bloody Sabbath from 1973. It's amazing how they recorded all these albums so quickly to begin with. And you know, as soon as they started taking their time for the latter ones, that's when they kind of fell off really. Yeah, do very much enjoy this album. I think this is probably their peak of, you know, creativity and just real, you know, good tracks. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, we've got And National Acrobat, Sabracadabra, Killing Yourself to Live, Who Are You, which is a bit of a weird one. It's got a kind of synthesizer riff going on. Spiral Architect to finish it off, amazing song. Yeah, you say difficult with the top four because they're all like classic albums, but for me, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath takes the number 2 spot just because of the variety on there. Really good production sound, awesome cover as well. Just yeah, fantastic album. So that's yeah, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath from 1973. So it only leaves one album as my number 1. You can guess what that is, and it may be a bit predictable, but all day long it's got to be Paranoid. I don't think there could be too much argument over that. Just the song selection, not a bad song on here. Obviously starts off with War Pigs. Heard it a million times, but you can't deny how cool it is. Paranoid, heard it a million times, but I remember when I first heard it, it was, yeah, what an amazing track Paranoid is. Planet Caravan, really creepy vocals, just a really cool track, I think. Iron Man, iconic. Electric Funeral, really good, creepy, and then builds. It's just such a cool track. Hand of Doom as well. Rat Salad is probably the sort of slight weird one, and then Ferry's Wear Boots to finish off. Top to bottom, flawless album really. When you consider they did their first 2 albums in the same year. Covers obviously iconic, but not the greatest, but still you know what it is. Well, you don't really know what it is, but you know what album it is. So yeah, all day long, my number 1 album, predictable as it may be, gotta be Paranoid from 1970. Excuse me. So now we go to the Dio era, and the Dio era, I think is superb. All 3 of the Dio albums are up there, in the higher echelons. I'd probably put them, maybe the first one, which I've got in number 3, because they only did 3 albums with Dio, not including the Heaven and Hell album, which I think is really good. Also, Dehumanizer from 1992. They did obviously a couple of albums with Tony Martin. They did 7-star. Well, Tony Iommi did 7-star with Glenn Hughes, and then I think after Tear, they brought Dio back in. They took quite a while recording this album. Really cool cover though. And there's quite a few falling outs and arguments, and then eventually Dio left because he didn't want to be on the same touring bill as Ozzy. They didn't really get on, understandably. That's the back cover there. And yeah, it's okay. It's a solid album. Computer God's really good. TV Crimes is really good track. Master of Insanity is cool. Time Machine, probably one of my favourites on here. But yeah, very Dio. The guy's got an amazing voice. But yeah, easily the weakest of the 3 Dio albums. Still a good album. Not amazing, not blow your socks off amazing, but still a really good album. If I was to put that in a ranking with the Aussie ones, I'd probably put it above 13, probably below Sabotage, so number 2 Dio album, predictably, is Mob Rules. That's the back cover, and that's the CD as well. Not a lot of drop off from this one and the number 1 album, which I'm sure you can guess what that is. This album, I really like it, man. Turn Up the Night's a great opener. Voodoo, I think, is a brilliant, really cool track. Sign of the Southern Cross, probably the best track on the album. Really, just so cool. Mob Rules, Country Girl, Slipping Away, Falling Off the Edge of the World, over and over. So not a lot of drop off between this one and my number 1 Sabbath Dio Era Sabbath album. So yeah, definitely don't give this one a miss. It's a solid album. Dio stamp all over it. Creepy as hell cover. Production really good. Say top to bottom, superb album. yeah, I'll probably put this above Volume 4, so this would be maybe my number 5 all-time Sabbath album. Maybe a little bit harsh, I don't know, man. It's difficult to rank them. It's very difficult. Say difficult more. But yeah, number 2 in the Dio ranking. Well, Brawls from 1981 that came out. And obviously the number 1 Dio album is the classic, the iconic Heaven and Hell. That's the back. There's the inside. Their first album with Dio, obviously after Ozzy left. What a comeback. They completely changed the sound of the band, in my opinion. There's not too much on here that you can imagine Ozzy singing, really. Yeah, so completely changed it. But yeah, Neon Nights, killer opener, Children of the Sea, just amazing, just an amazing song. Lady Evil, Heaven and Hell, Wishing Well, Die Young. Honestly, it's, yeah, every song's a complete banger. So if you've not heard this one, then yeah, you need to. It's just an amazing album. Just an amazing album. Probably be near the top of the all-time Sabbath rankings for me, if not the best, to be honest. It's difficult. I say they are just different, just a different sounding band with Dio. Tony Martin for me is a bit of a, I don't want to say a poor man's Dio, but he's not as good as Dio, and he's got a similar sort of tone and sound, in my opinion. So he sounds a bit like him, but yeah, not, you know, not anywhere near as good as Dio. But yeah, Heaven and Hell, amazing. The only other Sabbath CD I've got is the one they did with Ian Gillan, which is Born Again from 1983. So it's a bit of a left turn from them, obviously getting in the ex-Deep Purple vocalist. But yeah, pretty much the classic lineup, but with Ian Gillan on vocals. And yeah, I mean, it's got an iconic cover, you know, so bad it's good, but kind of evil at the same time. I kind of like this album. I think it's pretty decent. It's got, yeah, a lot of Trashed, I think it's really good. Disturbing the Priest's really good. Born Again, Zero the Hero's got some crazy good riffs on it. You either like it or you don't. I mean, Gillan's not even my favourite vocalist in Deep Purple. I much prefer the Hughes, Coverdale albums, but that's for another video. But yeah, you can certainly sing. Obviously, a big influence on a lot of vocalists like Bruce Dickinson, for example. But yeah, well worth a listen. Born Again. It's, you know, it wouldn't be high in my Sabbath ranking. It would be down there below. I don't know. Yeah, not as good as Sabotage, for example. But yeah, probably above 13, I would say. I think I prefer it. So yeah, that's the only other Sabbath CD I've got. That's Born Again with Ian Gillan on vocals. Good album. So that pretty much does it for my Sabbath CD Collection ranking video. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that I've got some sort of throat issue. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it and didn't put you off. Press like if you like the video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care, take it steady. Cheers.